Welcome back to Sidewalks Entertainment. In 2010, our host Cindy Rhodes had the privilege to interview James Van Der Beek, who came to our show to talk about his career and the former program called Voices of UC. Here now is the original full interview, as we remember the late actor.
Our guest today is a star of both TV and film. He became a household name when he starred opposite Katie Holmes in the hit TV series Dawson's Creek and went on to win an MTV Movie Award and a Teen Choice Award for his role in the film Varsity Blues. I'd like to welcome James Van Der Beek to Sidewalks. Hey, James, it's so great to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, working on Dawson's Creek must have been a pretty amazing experience. I mean, you had such a wonderful ensemble cast with Michelle Williams and Katie Holmes and all the others.
Yeah, it was a very talented group of people. And for myself, I was an unknown theater actor, 20 years old at the time when I got the job. So to say it changed my life is an understatement. It catapulted my career and got me in front of a camera and opened up a lot of doors for me.
Do you still keep in touch with any of the cast?
Yeah, I do keep in touch with a number of them, actually.
Uh-huh. Well, we had the pleasure of interviewing John Wesley Shipp, who played your dad on Dawson's Creek.
John.
That's right. And he had the nicest things to say about you guys. He, in fact, said the kids were smart and talented.
Oh.
So kudos to you.
Well, thank you very much. He's a complete liar, but it's very nice of him to say.
What type of projects interest you? Do you like comedies? Do you like dramas? Is there something that you sort of find yourself gravitating towards?
You know, I like shaking it up. I like doing something different every time. I get bored doing the same thing. So thankfully I've gotten the opportunity to do some comedy, to play some darker roles, and then and to play some heroes along the way as well. I just like telling good stories. You know?
Well, I got to say, I was very disappointed, but I'm sure it's just the nature of the beast. But when they canceled Mercy, I was not a happy camper.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, that was.
Did you enjoy your recurring role as Dr. Joe Briggs?
Thank you. I loved it. I love playing a doctor. I really, I loved pretending I knew way more than I actually did. And I was with a friend of mine at the doctor's the other day, and he was asking me what her symptoms were, and I got all medical on him. He said, "Are you a doctor?" I said, "No, but I played one for 2 seconds on TV." He said, "So you know next to nothing then." I said, "I know worse than nothing. I know just that much," which makes me think that I know a whole lot more than I do. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was a great cast and a fun show.
So I read somewhere, and you have to confirm this, was your father really a professional baseball player?
Yeah, my dad played in the minor leagues before I was born. He was a pitcher in the Dodgers organization.
Unbelievable. I think that's pretty cool. So was baseball big in your household when you were growing up?
Yeah, he never pushed it on us. But every once in a while he'd go to watch a game. And of course, I was more interested in his career than he was about talking about it, really. It was great to have that kind of instruction and that kind of support and any athletic endeavor that I felt like trying my hand at.
That's right. Well, one of the reasons that you're here today, James, is you are really looking to raise awareness about an illness that is very close to you and your family, ulcerative colitis. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is something that my mother suffered from for years in secret. She didn't tell anybody. My dad ended up telling me, after she'd been dealing with it for about 1.5 years. It's a chronic condition of the digestive system. It's very painful. It affects about 500,000 Americans, and nobody really wants to talk about it. It's one of the reasons is that one of the main symptoms is that it makes you leery of wandering too far from the nearest bathroom, and so that's not something people like to bring up, even with their doctor. And consequently, a lot of people are misdiagnosed. In fact, a third of all people who have this disease were diagnosed with something else before they finally got the correct diagnosis. It takes people on an average, they just did a survey, it takes people 1.5 years and up to 3 doctors before they finally figure out what's wrong with them and can get some treatment. So I'm teaming up with the Voices of UC to raise awareness about this and to let people know if you're suffering from this out there, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's something, in fact, that you really should talk to your doctor about.
Because there's some side effects from that. I mean, there's some serious things that can happen from that, having this illness.
Yeah, I mean, there's a website called voicesofUC.com, which has a lot of great information. But one of the crazy things that they found in the study was that when they polled patients, they found that half of them reported at least 3 or more flare-ups per year. But when they talked to the doctors who treated those patients, the doctors said only about a quarter of their patients had 3 or more flare-ups per year. So there's a real disconnect between what people are experiencing and what they're telling their doctor. And my mom, in fact, even when I told her about this program, her first response was, "Absolutely not. I don't want you telling people I have this." And
that sounds like my mom.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. There's I would assume it's I don't want to use the word shameful, but you feel very often embarrassed about it. So it's amazing that your mom did have the courage to allow you to go out and speak on her behalf and for others suffering from this illness.
What she found was when she opened up to her close friends about my doing this, they were all really supportive, and she realized, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to be embarrassed.
Well, how is daddyhood? Congratulations on the birth of your new baby.
Thank you very much. Daddyhood is certainly treating me well. She's just amazing. I mean, it's funny. I was prepared for that I'd have to change diapers and sleep in spurts and that it would change everything. But I wasn't prepared for just how much fun it would be.
Little ones are amazing.
And how interesting these little infants are. I mean, other people's kids never interested me that much.
Right.
But when it's your own, it's a total game changer.
That's right. Well, you have to be a little crazy to sort of want the actor's life. But what did you love about it, and what made you decide to pursue it as a career?
For me, it was just, I always feel like I never really had a choice, and that it was just kind of something I had to do. I really love telling stories.
Right.
It was an outlet for me growing up. And, it was just something I kind of knew that I had to do. What I love about it is that every experience, every book I read, every person I talk to, everything I go through in life, or everything my friends go through, is all useful. It all becomes part of the palette that you can then bring. And if you're lucky enough to do something, like I did a movie called Formosa Betrayed, which is inspired by true events, which you can actually get on DVD now. And that's a story that had never been told before. People didn't really know what had actually happened. And so, when you can actually shed light on something and have, create some kind of a public service while doing something that you love, it's really ideal.
James, it was such a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much. And
Absolutely.
I wish you the best of luck.